One of my friends, colleagues, coaches, and guest BTMS Insiders trainers, Joseph Rodrigues, has a wildly successful YouTube channel and podcast called Insights and Perspectives on things like affirmations, manifestation, and law of attraction type stuff. And I don't talk about it that much. When I do, I emphasize practical manifestation, meaning like your thoughts and beliefs turn into action, which turns into the results that you want. I'm not into manifestations and affirmations and law of attraction from the perspective of like, oh, this is a magic trick and I can like cast some spells and get whatever I want to come to me. I don't know. Sometimes some pretty impressive stuff does come to me. And I don't rely on that part of it. What I rely on is this practical manifestation idea. And I do 100% believe in the power in the right context of this, of manifestation, of affirmations. And recently, I have been very proactively doing affirmations with the intention of a very specific manifestation. And I wanted to share that with you in today's Friday episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets.
These are the proven direct response marketing, copywriting, and entrepreneurship success strategies you can use today to write your own ticket and create the life you want. I am Roy Furr, and this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Now, here's today's breakthrough.
Now, if you resonate with today's episode, you're definitely going to resonate with a training that I put up inside my BTMS Insiders catalog called Training Your Subconscious Success Mechanism. It is all about working with your subconscious mind to get the result that you want. The link is in the description. That's Training Your Subconscious Success Mechanism. And it absolutely resonates with today's topic. Okay, so a few weeks back, I was in this little funk. That the exact origins of these feelings, they're never easy to pin down. And oftentimes the stories that we assign to them later are actually inaccurate. They're not the actual source. But I was in this little funk and I was struggling to get out of it. And what happened, I realized that I was in this feedback loop. So, you'd have some negative thoughts, feelings, stories going on, like negative things going on in your head, right? And then that turns into negative behaviors and negative results. Now, for me, most often, this is going to manifest as really poor productivity during the course of my workday. It's going to manifest as me not getting the work done that I want to get done. It's going to manifest as me just getting lost in distractions all day. And then what happens is when I have a day like that, it turns into more negativity. It turns into more just negative thoughts, feelings, stories about myself. And I can be really hard on myself. And it's just this feedback cycle that the harder you are on yourself, the worse you're going to behave. And it's going to cause you to be harder on yourself. And thankfully, I have these tools. And I realized that I needed a subconscious mind reset, right? I needed to shift those thoughts, those feelings, those stories, those beliefs so that my day could change and so that I could get the result that I want. And on my board, I have the quote, "As you believe, so it shall be done unto you." And your subconscious stories, what your subconscious believes right now in this moment, especially about your present state identity, that's the lens that colors the world around you. And so if you go into a scenario, for example, I've been to conferences when I was like networking events, when I was in a total funk. And I know that it just colored all of my interactions. It colored how I dealt with people, how I showed up in the world, as I was there. And I got not nearly the results out of being there that I could have gotten if I had been in a different belief state, if I had had a different present state identity. So we think about identity as like, oh, I'm Roy, or I'm a marketer, I'm a copywriter, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm the guy behind Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Like, we think of identity as these long-term things. Or I'm, if you say I'm a Christian, or I'm a Buddhist, or I'm a Muslim, or whatever, like, I'm these identity things, right? And our identity shifts from moment to moment. Really, like, we have a present state identity. We have identities that are with us for longer, right? At one point, our identity was space dust, and eventually our identity will be space dust again. And so some of our identities last a lot longer. They may last our entire lives, and some of our identities come and go rather fast. But the identity that you associate with in your conscious and subconscious mind, that is a lens through which you're going to see the world around you. And I was fortunate to recognize that I needed to install a new lens, a more positive, productive lens to see the world that would be more conducive to the type of daily success behaviors that I knew that I needed to get the results that I want in my business and my life, right? And so what I wanted to manifest really was this new identity, right? I recognized that I had this identity in the moment of this person that struggles with staying focused, this person that struggles to make the most out of my workday, this person that struggles to like get my entire to-do list done, this person that struggles to do whatever these things, right? Also, this person that's easily prone to distractions and that all of that, right? So I wanted to manifest this new identity that that was a positive identity that would be conducive, again, to that productive behavior on a daily basis. And the cool thing, like, there's this concept from neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, from Robert Dilts, one of the top teachers of NLP, of the logical levels. And he teaches it as this pyramid of, like, at the very top is your identity, right? Because that's like the peak of who you are. I think of it a little bit different. I think of it as like almost the identity is the foundation and everything gets built on top of it. It's the concept of a holarchy. So like the identity encompasses everything inside of it, and each successive level encompasses everything inside of it. And it's kind of a tricky concept to explain, but let me give you these levels that he offers and explain how changing your identity can change everything. So the highest level, right? The greatest level is your identity. And inside your identity, or stemming from your identity, is certain beliefs and values. From that comes capability and skills. From that comes behavior, and from that comes the environment. And you can change things at different levels. Like, if you change your environment, you may actually change your behavior a little bit. And there is some interaction between the levels there. But the most powerful way to change, like, if you are you in one environment, you're probably still going to be you in the next environment. One of the most powerful things that you can do if you want to change your environment, if you want to change the things around you, if you want to change your behavior, if you want to change your capabilities and skills, even if you want to shift your beliefs and values, is to change your identity. And so if my problem was my behavior, for example, procrastinating, going and being distracted on the internet instead of doing the work that I knew that I needed to do, I could tell myself all day that I needed to change that behavior. But if I instead focused, and I was getting messages from the universe about this, like, I don't know, I was paying attention to messages from the universe about this. If I change my identity to someone who is easily able to stay focused and who is easily able to tune out distractions and who finds opportunities to adopt the right behaviors that I need to be successful today, that was way more powerful than just saying, oh, Roy, you need to change your behavior. You need to change your behavior. So I wanted to manifest this new identity to replace the insidious identity of like slacker, someone who can't stay focused and get things done, someone who fails to do the things that I want to do. Like, that was the identity that I had, and I needed to replace that. Which brings me to my affirmation strategy. So I have morning meditation time, and I've been pretty good, pretty consistent for the Insight Timer app tells me over 1,700 days of consistent morning daily meditation time. And for me recently, most of that meditation time is actually spent journaling. Like I have journals and I fill them up pretty quickly. And I do a lot of different things in the journals. Sometimes that's reflecting on things going on. Sometimes it's self-coaching where I'm saying like, oh, you can do this or whatever. Sometimes it's just getting ideas out. I do lots of things in my journal, but recently I decided to be very intentional and do affirmations in my journal. Now, there is some extra benefit that it's actually been shown in research that our brains have a different connection when we are writing with a pen versus when we're thinking thoughts versus when we're typing. And there is some advantage to writing with a pen or pencil on paper. And so what I did was I decided to write just whatever I am and identity type statements that came to mind that I thought would be most conducive to manifesting the daily behaviors that I wanted to manifest. And at the beginning, it's easy to write these down and feel a little disingenuous, like, oh, that's not me. That's not who I am right now. But what I noticed is from day to day, as I kept doing this, my behaviors changed. And like this morning when I'm doing it, it feels very in alignment with who I am. And one important thing that I did, and I'm going to give you an example of this in a minute, is I focused a lot on growth mindset type things versus fixed mindset type things. So if you say fixed mindset, I am a millionaire, or like I am the world's best copywriter, and you day after day have an experience where that doesn't feel true, or I'm brilliant, I'm amazing at marketing. And you have an experience where that doesn't feel true, it actually kind of breaks you. And Carol Dweck has some great research into growth versus fixed mindset and a whole book about growth mindset. But when you focus on growth mindset, what you're basically saying is I can become what I want to become. I can do the work necessary to achieve what I want to achieve. It's saying that I can grow, not that I already am. And so my I am statements were not necessarily I am this result. It was, I am the type of person who is able to achieve what I want to achieve. And so an example here, I have unlimited potential. And every day, in every way, I am finding new opportunities to bring it forth in my life. I am courageous, I am bold, I can ask for what I want and get it. I know what to do to make the most of my time and I do it. I am actively working in pursuit of my bigger goals and am able to dive into my work and stay focused in pursuit of my bigger goals in a way that is, I can't read, is now based, ecological, and healthy. And this is great. I am able to reprogram my conscious and subconscious thoughts, feelings, stories, and patterns to serve me, while actively representing reality as it is, reality as I wish it to be, and how I will shift reality to fulfill my divine will. Wow, that was good. If I do say so myself, I am able to reprogram my conscious and subconscious thoughts, feelings, stories, and patterns to serve me, while actively representing reality as it is, reality as I wish it to be, and how I will shift reality to fulfill my divine will. So I am basically saying that like I can make things happen in my life. I say that I am growing, I am becoming, I am learning, I am practicing, and all of these things represent the ability to grow. And that kind of I am affirmation that represents the movement towards this ideal self. It's remarkably powerful because you can keep moving, you can keep growing towards your ideal self. And if you stick yourself in these fixed mindset affirmations, it's very easy to feel like that's not me, that's not me yet, that's not me yet. And there's this constant sense of doubt. Whereas if you stick yourself in the middle of these growth mindset affirmations, I am becoming, I am learning, I am developing, I am refining, I am practicing, you have this opportunity to prove it right every single moment of the day. And even when you are not growing as fast as you want, you can still be growing. Even negative experiences where you feel like you're having setbacks can still be part of your growth. And that's actually why people with a growth mindset are able to achieve more, and the research supports that. So that's my affirmation strategy. So what's the results? Like, what's manifesting? What's manifesting in my life? Well, number one is focus. I feel as focused this week as I've been in a very long time. I have reoriented myself to positive, productive behaviors. I recently started using FocusMate, and actually I'm going to have the CEO on Breakthrough Marketing Secrets in a few weeks. I started using FocusMate, this service where you log in and you share focus time with one other person. And it's very much in alignment with the type of positive, productive behaviors that I want to demonstrate on a daily basis. And it's becoming easier and easier every day for me to log in and to do that. I'm focused on my most important tasks. I'm able to prioritize the things that I want to get done. I have more alignment between my ideal self and my current behavior. And that's a huge one, like to have more alignment between this ideal self that you're trying to manifest and your current behavior. Well, the more that you feel that alignment, the more you're going to take on in your life, and the more you're going to be able to achieve, the more results you're going to be able to manifest. And I am achieving what I set out to achieve. And most importantly, manifestation starts from the inside out. Manifestation starts from becoming the person who is able to have happiness, from the person who's able to have peace, becoming the person that's able to have peace, becoming the person who's able to have joy, being the person who's able to have bliss, the person who's able to like show up in a positive way and make the world a better place. And material rewards are a secondary, even tertiary, and far inferior manifestation to being happy, because most people pursue material things because they think it's going to make them happy. Whereas if you pursue happiness, joy, bliss, positivity, creating a better world for yourself and the people around you, oftentimes the material things will follow in at least a sufficient quantity to sustain your happiness and the life that you want to live. And going back to that idea of practical manifestation, there's another concept that Joseph talks about and other people in the space talk about, where it's the bridge of incidents. You can always look back at the things that happened that led to you getting the result that you want to get. So even if you're trying to manifest something in the physical world, like manifest money showing up or whatever, you can almost always look back and say, okay, these things happened that provide a logical basis for this thing showing up in my life. And you might call that luck, and a lot of times, that is perceived as luck. And I believe in luck. I just, through things like this, through these affirmations and being the person that I want to be, who does the things that I want to do to achieve the results that I want to achieve, I give it a bigger opportunity to find me. And so I'm using these affirmations and manifestation to reprogram my subconscious mind in a way where I am creating scenarios that allow what I want to come find me. And sometimes that's through business or career or relationships or whatever. But it starts with me being the person, having the identity that is naturally attractive to whatever opportunity or result I'm looking to, I'll put this in air quotes, manifest, right? And it's pretty powerful stuff, because ultimately, tell me I'm wrong about this. I don't think you can. If you're angry, the world's going to treat you in an angry way. If you're joyful, most of the time, the world's going to treat you in a pretty joyful way. Even when somebody is angry, it's like wearing a raincoat when it's raining outside. Their anger can run off you like that rain runs off the waterproof raincoat. If you truly have this sense of joy and peace inside. And so if you bring whatever you're going to bring to the world in terms of your identity, your emotional state, your stories about the world, your beliefs, the world is going to give you more of that. As you believe, so it shall be done unto you. And so why not work to shift your beliefs, your thought patterns, your feelings, your emotions, your stories that you tell yourself to you being someone who has that identity of someone who's able to take all the world and make the most of it, make the best of it, who's able to achieve what you want to achieve, who's able to create the things you want to achieve, you want to create, who's able to have the relationships you want to have, who's able to create the positive environment that you want to be in. Why not work on your identity and make yourself into who you most want to be, your ideal self, through this kind of subconscious mind reprogramming, these affirmation strategies that reinforce this growth mindset and the positive stories, and then see what happens and treat it like an experiment that you're constantly discovering. I am constantly discovering all the new and bountiful and joyous things that are coming to me through the course of this regular practice of positive affirmations and practical manifestation as represented by the identity I'm creating for myself and the behaviors that I put into the world. I don't know, that's it's working for me and I really appreciate it. And I wanted to share that with you because I appreciate you. And if you do want to dig in a little bit deeper, you can certainly check out my Training Your Subconscious Success Mechanism training, because it goes into this. It's not woo-woo, it's not casting magic spells or anything like that. It just represents that your subconscious mind is incredibly powerful. And it is that lens through which you see the world. And the more that you can train it to orient you towards success, the more success you can enjoy in your life. I'm Roy Furr. This is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Obviously, this is way less about marketing, but this is, I know so many successful marketers and entrepreneurs who have this as sometimes a secret part of how they approach the world, and sometimes a more public part of how they approach the world. Either way, they all consider it core to who they are and how they make their world the world that they want it to be. And so with that, I'm signing off and I'll catch you again in the next episode.
Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.